Sorry about the rain noise. Hello, welcome to Plot the Plates. Just want to do a quick little video on my grapevine. The grapes that were growing were very tight clustered, a bit like Robotic Allotment's grape on his right. I'll show you that hopefully in a picture or a bit of a short video if he gives me permission to do it.
I'm amazed at the difference between the two lots of grapes, same variety. Don't know whether it's because of where it's planted, I don't know. But the plant that's given us the best fruit is the most vigorous. So that other one, you might be going. And I'll spread out the other runners to cover that one. But they are so sweet and delicious. They have got seeds in. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. I'm really pleased. That's the first crop I've had off the one on the left, so next year crop should be even better.
Anyway, this grape, this is new growth this year, this one. Back here, if I can find it, if I just clear it out of the way, you can see where I pruned it back to there. So all that growth along there is this year's growth, which held no fruit. And the other bit, which is along here, this is like 2-year-old wood now. The other bit was 1-year-old wood, and I pruned these canes back to 1 or 2 buds. I think it was 1 bud, and from that came the grapes on this year's wood, like this bit here or this bit here. Anyway, like I said, the grapes were very tightly bunched, so tight that you couldn't even thin them out. So I've been trying to figure out what's going on. But if you have a look down here, there's a bunch of grapes here that's not actually going to come to anything because it's only quite small. See that? But it is quite well spaced out. It's not close bunched. And that is on this current year's growth. So the older bit I pruned is spur pruned. But this is sort of like cane pruned, although I didn't prune it like that. It just happens to be this year's growth. And if you have a look over there, there's other little bunches coming. Don't know if you can see that. Little bunches. They're not going to come to anything. But we've had them everywhere. We must have cut off, 100 bunches, I suppose, in various forms. If I look around, there's another one right in front of me. Look. But now that, if you look at that one, that is a close. Look. See what I mean? See the difference? We've actually got the sort of bits ripening there. But they're all sort of bunched together. Whereas the one I showed you just now down here, they're sort of spaced out. And one plant of Robotic Allotment's garden was like this. And I hope to show you a picture of it. And the other one was the well spaced out bunch of grapes. So what I'm planning to do next year is to continue the spur pruning on this one. This bit here now, what I'm touching, is probably about 3-year-old. It's probably 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch diameter, something like that. So I'm going to spur prune that again, cut back these to 1 bud. But I'm going to let extra. This year I limited the grapes to just 1 bunch per foot. So there weren't very many, I suppose about 8 to 10, something like that. But next year it's going to go all the way down its length, down there. But I'm going to let 2 or more bunches come on each stem, because the thinking of it is it's too vigorous. If I can show you up here, look, all this growth, I don't know if you're going to get that, all the growth that's come this year, it's actually yards of it. So my idea is that I don't know if you can see at the back there's another cane going up, and it comes up to here, goes around there, and it's going over this way. Now I'm going to cane prune that one, i.e. I'm going to let one of those canes go across here. Actually I'm going to let 2 across a couple of wires, and then treat that as a cane pruned grapevine, i.e. it's going to be on the previous year's wood but not off of spurs, and we're going to see what the difference is in the grapes. I'm also intending to go take a load of cuttings off of all this spare stuff, but look at this bit, look, this is all, so if I look at this bit, I'd say I'll follow this grape up, it's come from down the bottom there on that newer bit, and it's come all the way up here, round here, it's going down the ground, because I haven't been trained in or anything. That's got to be 10 or 12 foot long, I reckon. So it's really vigorous, and I was looking at grape vigor and how to control it, because what it seems is like it's putting all the growth into the foliage and stems and not into the grapes. Another thing I read about is that you can grow all grapes on cane pruned, being cane pruned, but not all grapes you can spur pruned. And maybe the one I've got, which is Bosco Glory, prefers cane pruned. So next year we're going to do a trial. It's going to have cane pruned and spur pruned, and we'll see what happens to the grapes. Right, I just think I'd show you my blueberry cuttings. One of them I pulled up today because it was rotten, but if you can see in there, there's new growth on that one. There's new growth on this one over here. I don't know if you can quite see that in between that leaf joint, and also down here. I think there were some others as well. Anyway, some of them are growing, so I reckon that must be a good sign. So we might actually get some blueberries, some new blueberry plants from them. If you know about cuttings, because I actually know nothing, and you think that's a good sign, let us know in the comments below. If you look over there, look, see, I don't know if it's going to pick this up, but there's loads of little shoots coming down there starting to grow. That's just sort of an off-topic bit about the current state of the blueberry. Actually, if I do that one from above, you might actually see that better. See that shoot down in there? Anyway, we'll see what happens. What I've been doing with them, I've been taking the lid off when we come up, give them a bit of spray of water just to hydrate the leaves, and then letting the lid drain out a little bit and popping it back over. Right, I think that's it. Just a quick little talk about the grape and the blueberries, blueberry cuttings update. So it's goodbye from us. See you again soon. Happy gardening. Bye.